So, hey, I hope y'all doing great. Today is Friday. The sun is shining. I did my morning walk on today and I'm happy, good, feeling great. So, let's go ahead with this chit chat. So, I know we like to talk about having just common sense, I would say that, in certain things in life. Of course, you ever hear people say that certain people walk around with a lot of book sense, but they have no knowledge of real life, or you have to have like street smarts to survive in this life. But I disagree with both of them because you could have street smarts and still be dumb in life and still be deceived, and you could have book sense and still get messed up and not recognize, certain situations that you're walking into, because wisdom is not really based on opinions. Wisdom is based on truth. And when you use wisdom in your life, you're learning to lay down your emotions and start to just walk on a path that's going to lead you in the right way. And it's actually going to bring some fruit into your life. Because, when I look in God's word, wisdom, is just out there. It's out there for anyone to take. God says that if you want wisdom, ask Him. He gives that freely. Wisdom is out there to help people. Hey, you don't have to go down that path. You don't have to do things this way. But I think sometimes we get into this space of if it's not popular, then I don't need to follow that advice. But now you do see, now some of us have seen that doing the most popular thing still leads you down the wrong path. It still leads you into destruction. And just because we see people do certain things and nothing haven't happened to them yet, does not mean that life will soon show up for them. That those seeds that they planted are still going to sprout out. So when you look at wisdom, look at truth, look at what do I need to do in my life that's going to lead me in a way that's going to bring some good fruit into my life, not based on my emotion, not based on what's popular, not based on what society says or what I see on social media, but what's going to really bring some good fruit in my life. Because yes, I heard people talk about street smarts. Now, for me, growing up in a neighborhood, like street smarts is mostly like, trying not to be so easy to see by things like, hey, of course, if you go in certain places that, hey, you're not supposed to do certain things, don't make yourself look so obvious and look like a person that just easy to pick on, be picked out. But I think the problem I have with street smarts is that it can change. It depends on based on the turf or based on how a person may feel that they're all that. And then sometimes that street mentality that you end up putting yourself in a place where you're always surviving and you're not really thriving. You're always in a place where, hey, I gotta fight, I'm fighting this, I'm fighting that. Like I always gotta fight for myself or stand up and do all these crazy little things, antics because I'm surviving. And I feel like somebody's after me or somebody's gonna take advantage of me. And being that mindset, you're gonna end up just going crazy. Like you not trusting nobody, not trusting anything. I'm not saying just be all green or stuff like that, just walk into things with no knowledge or nothing like that. But you have to be in a place where you're using that careful discernment, careful wisdom, and not always feel like you have to watch over your shoulder, feel like that everybody's gonna take advantage of you. So you don't need to be nice, you don't need to be kind, you don't need to just show, you know, those good things as human beings we should do, showing each other respect and love. You don't need to do that because, sure, they may take advantage of you. But if you don't have discernment or anything, you're still gonna be taken advantage of. So um, and then when it comes like with book science, I believe in education. I'm getting my PhD, so I do believe in learning, increasing knowledge. But the thing about knowledge is that it's tailored to just that specific study of area, that specific topic. And when you're talking about wisdom, it goes beyond your knowledge of things because wisdom opens your eyes to what's all going on around you, even things that you don't see. And I think sometimes people can research stuff out so much that they miss the whole, point of things. Like they just research out so many different things and don't really try to sit down to see is that information worth following or if even if that information is true. So having book sense, yes, that's good. Yes, you do need to have some knowledge, have some education, but that still cannot overshadow real wisdom. And even when it comes to street smarts, for me, if I go in certain places, I know that I need to be careful of my surroundings. And for me, that's anywhere. You need to be careful of your surroundings. You need to have your eyes open. Don't just walk the situations blindly. Of course, all of that, we need to know that, as human beings, as people. But wisdom actually helps me to look at things closer, because yes, you have people that, yes, they are aware of their surroundings but still walk themselves to toxic relationships. You have people that have good book sense, that they know a lot of different things but still end up being deceived. Wisdom helps you bypass those things. So get wisdom today. That's like my little message for this weekend. Get wisdom. Look at your life and see, hey, well, there's some things that I thought I knew about that, hey, that, I end up being tripped up, and maybe I need to go back and think about, hey, what I need to do differently. Or even if you just depended so much on information, depending so much on your own knowledge, what can you do to change that? Because it's good to get wise counsel in life. It's good to get an opinion. I say a wise opinion, because that wise opinion is going to be rooted in wisdom. Instead of just always depending on what you think or how you feel and all that. And it doesn't mean that you can't have your own opinions, own thoughts about stuff. And then as a grown woman, of course, I know I'm grown. I still make my own decisions, but I still have to understand that wisdom is key. Wisdom is important. I need to have that, because sometimes there are things that I'm seeing that I'm thinking it's good, but wisdom will show me no, that's incorrect. You need to change that. Or maybe there's some things I don't see, and wisdom is revealing those things to me. So get wisdom. Don't be forever dumb in your life and just walking down your own way, doing your own beat to your own drum, and saying, "Well, can nobody tell me nothing?" Don't live like that. The Bible has a word for that. So I'm not going to say it, but they have a word for that. But you don't want to be that type of person that cannot follow wisdom. You don't want to be a type of person that it's your thoughts is just number one, that your thoughts is just the only right thing in this world, because you're going to end up missing out on a whole lot of good things, whole lot of great things. So get wisdom, and y'all have a good day.